I just screwed up. I think I'm headed to Arizona. How did I do that?
Join us for the ride of a lifetime.
Let's watch an idiot try to ride a motorcycle. Some guy rides.
That's El Fuego Baca. And the bartender was telling me about him last night. And it was a gunfight. Some cowboys did something to some Mexican dudes, like some bad stuff. And I think he took care of business. Oh, there's another grocery store. So there's two little tiny grocery stores. And there's the courthouse. I think that's the county. Yeah, the county. Oh, a little cafe. I should go there. Too late. But this is the town right here. I think they could get rid of that sign. I went into that grocery store last night to look around, and then there's famous Uncle Bill's bar. There's the gas station. And that's all she wrote for this town. It's really pretty interesting. And I so wish... Oh, I didn't even tell you what happened last night. Okay. So, I got my chores done pretty early, like by 6. And so I just walked down there. And, of course, I had to go in that bar. And I walked in and it was like, I opened the door and I was in 1920 or something. Classic. I'm pretty sure I got some video in there. But just a totally classic place that, I mean, I haven't seen a place like that in a long time. And then, so I sat down and got a beer and I was talking to the guy next to me who turned out to be a firefighter worker guy, and his crew is from Oregon, and they were brought in to fight the various fires going on around here, and gave me the whole lowdown on that. And man, that sounds like a very difficult job. So then he went off to go play pool, and I just said to the bartender, I'm like, dude, you do not see places like this every day. This place is classic. And that that set off about a 30-minute history lesson, and just like all kinds of tidbits about the bar. And I wish I had asked him right then if I could just film him, but later I was like, dude, can you sort of just give me a tour of the bar, like real quick, and just tell me a couple things about Reserve on video? And he's like, man, if I wasn't working up, I would. But, you know, I wish I had just asked him from the start, but it was weird. It would have been weird to pull it out. Well, I shouldn't say that. Yes, it's weird to pull it out. It would have been weird to take the video camera out as he was speaking, and just, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, the point is, he just dropped the knowledge on my brain. And he's not from Reserve. He moved here. There's like 300 people in the town. You got to drive 75 miles to get to a Walmart. That's the only bar like that for 100 miles, supposedly. I mean, we are out there, dudes. We're out there. And I was thinking that 75 miles to a Walmart should be like their tourist marketing material. Because that's, I think there are people who like that. Anyway, so I got the story about the bar. There was an Uncle Bill. It was built in, I think he said 1860s, and then there was a massive fire. The whole town burned down in 25 or something, and then they rebuilt it, and it's been there ever since, that exact place. And there's an oil painting in there that's from 1930, and you can see Uncle Bill, and you can see the cow horns that are still above the bar. And I don't know, man, you just walk in there and it's like, this is classic. like big booths, pool tables in the back. I mean, just perfect. That's what you want. It's like a movie bar. The bar itself, I think they'd redone the top, but the bottom of it and the back bar was like this old, it looks like those bars that you see from from the old days that they built somewhere like in San Francisco and shipped all over the country. Pretty cool. And he was like, yeah, there's 3 families that have run this place for, generations and generations, and they still do. And he's like, it should be put out there as a tourist destination. And it sort of is, because he said, lots of hikers, mountain bikers, and, people like that go there to enjoy the wilderness. But, he was like, it should be up there with like Tombstone, because, that gunfight with that guy, and just tons of history. Just amazing. But he's like, the people who have lived here their whole lives, they don't really think about that. They just want everything to be like it is and whatever. So anyway, it was a super interesting evening. I loved it. I drank maybe 1 too many beers, and then I walked back and crawled into bed and went to sleep. And then this morning, my job homework was like, just remind me at like 8:30 in the morning, and just because I get busy at work, and that'll help me just remember to do it. So I did that, and then I realized that Corinth, Mississippi is an hour ahead, so I could have gotten up an hour earlier. So I got up and was just sort of waiting around to text him, and because I'm a dummy, I didn't put 2 and 2 together and realized that my 8:30 is his 9:30, so I could have gotten out of here earlier. That's okay. It's chilly. It's chilly this morning. The news was saying rain, but it was an Albuquerque station, so I don't know. And I'm headed toward Pine Hill. I'll try to get a little further than Pine Hill today, and that's where I'm at. It's so dry out here, man. Not much water flowing, and all the forest signs say high risk of fire, and there are fires going. I forget what the guy was talking about last night. I'll probably run into it in a second, but it didn't sound like it was all that close. But why were they basing in reserve? There was a helicopter crew. Why didn't I research a little bit and see where these fires are? That might have been smart when I had that sweet internet. Whatever. I mean, usually if there's something's going on, they'll put a sign at the start of the road, so you know what I mean? But yeah, the helicopter crew came into the bar. They were buying tequila. And just the people that like the locals, I mean, it is a special breed that lives out here. Like weird people in the best possible way. Really cool place. That's all I'm saying. I'll probably say more, so that's probably not all I'm saying, but if you're doing this route, there's all kinds of camping right after, as soon as you get on the dirt after reserve. Just like roadside sort of stuff. Thank you, Beater. Oh, have I mentioned that Johnny Pow is a tattoo guy now? I love it. Mid-50s, time to start getting tattoos. I don't think he's had any ever in the past. He got the little Scooter Cannonball logo guy tattooed somewhere on his body. I'm not sure where. And I think he said he was also getting one of for this Germany trip he's doing. Right on. Why isn't he getting a tat logo tattoo? A tattoo. A tattoo. Tattoo. These are the things that I would keep going with that if you weren't here. I would do that for like a half an hour. Yeah, tattoos, man. Not into them. I mean, I'm into them for other people, but not for me. It's just the commitment is too much for me. That is too much of a commitment. And tattoos don't always look good on old people. Sometimes they do. But like a tattoo that you get in your 20s, when you're 65, what does that look like? I'm kind of glad my daughters aren't into that either. I don't know why they're not, but because their generation, man, they're all about that. Wow, this is... Oh, dude, camp up there if you're doing this route. Right at the top of that thing. Yeah. I bet there's going to be more like that, too. It's pretty New Mexico-y up here, wouldn't you say? I was thinking last night about how little to do with motorcycles this is for me. I mean, yeah, I want a bike that can do it. I don't know that the Himalayan is the best choice for the job. As you know, I choose bikes on looks, form over function. But you know, it's a pretty solid bike. If Norley can travel the world on it, how bad can it be? It's pretty solid. But I can see why dudes who are like into... Oh my goodness. You know what? I'm just gonna shut up. Let's just look at the scenery and not listen to an idiot babbling. I'm just stopping to survey my kingdom. Look at that. Anyway, it's not really about motorcycles. Getting out here, man, and just having time to think, getting away from work, you know, getting away from your everyday life. Not that everyday life is all that bad. It's pretty great. But you gotta switch it up now and then. And these rides are just so good for that. Out of your element. Problems you have to solve. Hopefully not too many problems. Oh, the sand is not good. It's great, man. It's good for me. It would be good for you too if you're not doing it. And I'd say definitely if you're doing this route and you can't do the whole thing, the Guadalupe Rim was pretty awesome and worth doing. But starting in Truth or Consequences wouldn't be a bad idea. The New Mexico-Arizona border is, if you go straight right there, I think it's about, I don't know how far, 10 miles or something. There's the baby. I've seen a lot of them today, but it's the first time I've caught any. It's full on Oregon back in here. It's like we climbed up through Oregon, went to New Mexico, and then climbed back down into Oregon. And I think my tire is my only worry right now. Like, things are working. I'm knocking on wood in my mind. The electronics are working, which is great. I'm pretty happy with my setup. Although this thing, it keeps coming loose. Like, no matter how hard I jack it down on the little mount, it jostles loose. And I'm not quite sure why. What else? Everything else is cool. I'm just getting this gas smell, which I'm just choosing not to worry about. It's just not a normal thing. And I've been going through these burn areas. I don't know. I wonder how old this is. I think I remember Norin, is it Norin? I always forget which way his names go. Norin Sterling or Sterling Norin? I think it's Norin Sterling. The guy who does the films for the BDRs. I think he hit a deer on this route and got hurt. And I think he had to bail. And it's good to see those things. Have all that in your minds. Because that would suck. I mean, I'm sure there was nothing you could do about that if a deer jumps in front of you, but it's a different thing if you're going 20 than if you're going 40. Probably still not pleasant, but I think in the past I've said, like when I heard Johnny Pow wasn't taking his cook gear on his trip, I was like, yeah, but then you gotta waste all that time going to a restaurant. I'd rather just get where I'm going. But that's, oh, here we go. What the hell? They're having a little meeting. Look at the little baby. pretty cool. But anyway, I was like shit talking doing that. But it takes so long to get out your kick shit and get everything going, and then you got to clean it up. So it's the same thing. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. Because I really need to shed some weight in all ways, but in my pack. Once I've ridden for a couple of hours, I really don't feel it anymore, but it's there. It's there. And when I bring stuff into a motel, it's very there. It's heavy. So, I don't know. I gotta figure that out. I just want to be a little more efficient. And not have to lug so much crap around. It would be great if I could, this pack comes with a 22 liter Stinger, and instead I have like a 40 or 50 liter duffel. I like it because it loads from the top, and it could squeeze down just as small as a 22, and you have that extra room if you need it. But I don't know. It's easier to get to stuff in that than it is the Stinger. I don't know. Maybe I need a compression sack for my sleeping bag. It comes with a sack, but it's still pretty big. I need one of the ones that you can crank down. Right now I just put it into a big canvas bag and then just stuff it on top. Try to like tuck it down in all the nooks and crannies. The weather, man, I'm at 8,600 feet now, and it's like crisp and cool, really nice. You can see the road down there. Future Ange, maybe you take out that part where you screamed, "Look at the baby," like a little girl at a school trip to the zoo. Maybe you can just take that out. Look at the little baby! Look at the little baby! Look at the little baby! I just screwed up. How did I do that? I think I'm headed to Arizona.
Hey, please like this video if you liked this video, and if you'd like to see more, hit that subscribe button and the alert bell. Also, if you're interested, there are links to gear lists and goofy t-shirts in the description. Thanks a ton for watching.